The 2025 Final Four is set for just the second time ever, the first time since 2008. We're going to have all four number one seeds in the Final Four. Norlander, tell me if you recognize this phrasing. All four number one seeds in the Final Four.
Yes.
The chalk. Do you love it or do you loathe it?
No, I do love it. I do have the live chat on. People are already hoping that we will kiss because we're in person. We're not going to do that, but I'm loving this. I love to get to do a podcast with GP face to face. And actually, I'm looking at a monitor here. You want me to do this for you, buddy? Want me to come down just a little bit for you? A little bit.
Let's make it more billboard appropriate.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I'm going to go up a little bit.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm going to get up here a little bit.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. That's the energy I want on this show. Okay, it's great to be with you. I have lost track of days, times, hours. I guess
today is Sunday.
Okay, it's Sunday.
It's March 30th.
It is March 30th. 4-1 seeds. You know what? I do love it. And you know why I love it is it's first of all, I was the first to report this earlier today. Mm-hmm. You saw that, right? I was the first to report. This is the second time 4-1 seeds in San Antonio. The first time happened in 2008.
I saw you report that, but I haven't heard anybody say, like, where did it happen the first time it ever happened?
San Antonio.
And then
this one is also this one is also happening in San Antonio. You're not getting that. You're not getting this from anyone else. Okay, this is the show. This is the
Nobody
podcast.
else knows
We're
that
breaking
yet.
this.
Breaking news.
We are breaking this news to you. Okay, 4-1 seeds. In absence of Cinderella, I do really I like the storyline, and also we talked about it on HQ, and we are going to have plenty of time all week to talk about it. But it's not just the one seeds; it's the best four teams by resume, by advanced metrics. These are four of the top 10 KenPom teams ever, which to me signals we have the best Final Four ever. Never had a stronger Final Four than this, in my opinion. We can get into reasons why, and we'll probably do that even later in the week on our CBS Sports Network show and podcast. But your thoughts to having 4-1 seeds. We'll get to the games and what actually played out on Sunday, but just big picture, I assume you just can't wait to get down to San Antonio and see just must watch matchups.
Can't wait. It's going to be awesome. It really might go down as the greatest Final Four we've ever had. On paper, there's a lot of data to support it's the greatest Final Four we've ever had. And I just kind of like the way this season is all coming together. Greatest conference we've ever had. Most teams from one conference in the NCAA tournament that we've ever seen. Now maybe the greatest Final Four we've ever seen. Got two SEC teams playing each other. You've got both of the National Player of the Year candidates in San Antonio.
And the third best player in line with that Walter Clayton Jr.
So three probable first-team All-Americans. I don't know that you can do better than this. And I like a good Cinderella story as much as anybody else, I guess. Actually, that's not true. I clearly don't like them as much as anybody else because other people hate this. I can appreciate them. But do you know how those, and I know you do, those Cinderella stories usually end with a blowout?
Yeah.
They usually, like George Mason going to the Final Four was awesome. But when you were getting ready to go to that Final Four, did you think there was any chance George Mason could win two more games?
No.
No, of course not. VCU going to the Final Four, awesome. Did you think there was any chance they could win two more games?
No, I remember you called VCU a fraud. I remember that. He was the first Tim Doyle. If you don't remember that.
You will never be able to prove that. There's no video of it. My point is, those are great stories while they're happening, but they usually end with just you get smacked around by somebody who always looked like they were headed here, and you just sort of realize maybe we don't belong. There's none of that in this Final Four. There are four teams there. They are all totally capable of winning the national championship. And I mean this. I don't think there's any combination of outcomes that you could put in front of me, and I'd say that's stupid. That's impossible.
Right.
There's no way. Any outcome in the first game on Saturday, second game on Saturday, and in the title game on Monday makes sense. These are the four best teams in the country. I can't wait.
And we are going to have all week to talk about it. We truly will. I mean, Monday, Tuesday shows as we get closer to Saturday. We will dissect the Final Four matchups from every possible angle. But at least wanted to start the show here with some big tent, 30,000 foot view on this. The fact that we do get this field this strong and a variation of ways that the teams got there. Like I wasn't on the pod Saturday night. So real quick on my end, I was in the building for Duke beating Alabama, and Duke only playing a B-level game and beating Alabama by 20. Cooper Flagg didn't have one of the 20 best games of his one-and-done career at Duke. It wasn't even close. They continue to be dominant. They've had one of the 7th or 8th largest total margin of victory from a point standpoint of any team to make a Final Four. So Duke does it that way. And then the Texas Tech, and I know you and Chip talked about it a ton, the way that Texas Tech, Arkansas itself, and some of it was Florida. Some of those shots were incredible, but the missed 1-and-1s, to me, it's just interesting how the teams got here. Auburn, and we'll get to them in a second, and Houston, the way they did it was different than how Duke did it, and was certainly different than the way that Florida did it. But in the big picture, the right 4 teams, the best 4 teams, are moving along to the national semifinals. And I do think that because it's 4 1 seeds, it's only the second time we've had it. Like, this is about as perfect as you could ask for from a college basketball appeal perspective. You've got Duke involved. Right. You've got Cooper Flagg, who's probably, I just did the story a few weeks ago on the most famous college basketball players this century. And to me, with where Cooper Flagg is now, like, he certainly feels like top 10, top 12 in that list. So he's involved, period. Kelvin Sampson in Houston, they've been a top 5 team for 5 years running here. Florida's a program that has national championships. And then Auburn and Bruce Pearl has been one of the, 5 to 7 best coaches in terms of marketing himself, his program in the sport over the past 20 years. There's just a lot of reasons to bring in the casual, so to speak. I think that's really going to benefit. And this is not exactly a bold or spicy take. I think we are set to have this Final Four set records in terms of viewership that it hasn't seen in decades and decades and decades.
So we get this Final Four because number 1 seed Florida and number 1 seed Duke win on Saturday. Like you noted, I talked about both of those games at length with Chip Patterson late Saturday night. If you missed that, go find it, because tonight we're going to mostly focus on what happened today.